was jockeying that around the outside. Okay, so he was coming out of 3 and he skidded all the way. Skidded all, and so nearly contact. There was a Toro Rosso, if I remember.
What was he looking at as he came down the inside? Rosberg pits too.
So both Mercedes have pitted. They must be, well...
Ja, het is dat hij een Grand Prix heeft gewonnen met een Williams in Barcelona. Ik kan bijna niet geloven. Paf, door de grindbak. Veel te hard erin.
And he's just lit up the rear tyres with a torque.
See here, drifting, and there it's gone.
Yeah, on the Astro.
Oof. I tell you what, he left his hands on that steering wheel for a long time.
Yeah.
Hij lost de car.
Yeah.
Okay, das ist kein Problem. Der Auslöser war eigentlich ein bisschen kalte Reifen, vielleicht noch.
Part of his caterer, Martin.
It's down into turn 8 and 9. He's got a lot of curb. Picks up the throttle. Back end says, "You've got to be kidding me. I can't deliver that." And Tassa.
Well, let's look from this angle.
Looks a bit 6 of one, half a dozen of another there, doesn't it? They move towards each other almost.
Well, this is what it felt like for Perez. Oh, hands off the wheel, just a passenger.
Oof, that stopped in a hurry, didn't
it?
The conveyor belt there on the
circuit and clouded that inside wall. This was a decent one.
Yeah, it looked like he just had a bit of understeer, got onto the turf on the left-hand side, lost a lot of traction, and
to help Gutierrez slow down.
Another angle of that incident for Gutierrez. Unfortunately, the dream does not become reality for Marussia, but a good day out for them to even make it to Q2.
Picture of all of that unfolding, and we're about to see if that's correct or not. He's underneath the rear wing of the caterer, and that's why he didn't see it. Yeah.
They're just... It appears...
Yeah.
Get out of the way in time.
Yeah, he was totally unsighted there.
Raikkonen was trying to go around the outside of
his... poor place to leave a Formula 1 car during a Formula 1 race.
Now, here's Maldonado on the outside, and Gutierrez runs into him. Oh, dear. Pick the bones out of that one, Martin.
Well, he arrived waiting.
Has a big accident in a qualifying session. Let's now see what happened.
Oh, yes.
Straight away, hands off the wheel, and he knew that there was going to be no escaping.
They did have double-waved yellows to slow down.
And Kevin, are you okay? Are you okay? Yeah, I'm good.
Okay, so he didn't have yellow flag. He didn't have a yellow flag warning. They hadn't come out in time.
Quite an impact there, Martin.
Did you see any yellows? I didn't see. He can get his brakes up to temperature, and here he is now on the back of the pack. But let's look at his lap time. 1:47.7 for him, a 1:44.4, so 3.3, and that was obviously his problem at the beginning of the race.
So look at that element on the front left of the...
Just speared into the side. He left him time, he left him space, and he just picks up the understeer, and boom.
And both into the pits. Racing incident?
Well, it's Maldonado.
Before, sadly, is the big loser here. And this is Pastor Maldonado, who had or brought out one of 2 red flags in session 2.
well, he could be called a big loser as well. I mean, at the end of the day, I had to laugh at his comment. He said nothing went wrong with the car. There was no...
Imaging how hot it is around here on Rosberg's car, and Maldonado exiting turn 10, runs out of road, slides heavily into the barrier, and
on the driver in this one, but here we're on board. And as he's came out of turn 1, he's got up onto the curb, and then as he's turned it in, he's just turned in and he's lost the rear. He was slightly wide of the line turning in, but you know, Ricardo, here it is, and he's on a slow lap, so he's building up to start his fast lap right now on the hard tyre. So it's a tyre that you need to build temperature into. He comes out, accelerates. Oh dear. Wow. Basically locked up, got a bit of opposite, and then just sort of slid off.
Right through and eventually burst.
We talked about
here we go.
The new track surfacing. A lot of drivers struggled, and unfortunately this one here